change is quite almost impossible. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's Andy with Mindset Matters More. And today I'm feeling a little bit down because for the 40 something years that I have been alive, I have struggled with anger. You know, there's like a point between when I get frustrated and saying something mean, and that point does not exist. Like, the things just fly out of my mouth. The things I say just kind of go like shooting from my brain immediately. Like, it's just like a reflex. And I was just talking to my husband about how, I feel like I'm kind of trapped in this loop of, getting frustrated and then just snapping and then feeling like shit afterwards. I mean, that's really the basis of the reason anybody wants to change, right? Is that you have this behavior that you do not like, then it makes you feel like crap, and you want to change, you try to change, you do all the things, but then you do the behavior again, and then you're just in this cycle of, can I even change? Can I even be somebody else that doesn't do this thing? And it can be really frustrating, and it can be really disheartening because you're just like, man, I haven't made any progress. I'm still doing that behavior. I'm still doing the thing that I'm trying to change over and over and over again. And so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my process so let's rewind time a little bit here. Let's rewind time to before I got sober. Okay. This was back more than 10 years ago. And back then, I still had this anger that was like, I get angry, I say the thing, I do the thing, and I absolutely regret it. But I wouldn't ever admit it. I would never apologize. I would never confront it. I would never ever be somebody who would acknowledge that I had this anger to begin with. And so from that point on, change has happened, okay? First, it comes to, even acknowledging that I have this problem. And then even after I acknowledge the problem, it's working on, breaking down my ego to ask for an apology. And then on top of that, it's the trying to modify my behavior after that. Now, that's the point that I'm at right now, is trying to modify my behavior so that it doesn't repeat. But that's where I'm stuck. So today, here we are 10 years later, and I am somebody who, I'll snap. It happens less frequently. And immediately I recognize it and I address it. Maybe not immediately, but I do address it. I mean, that's like the painful part, right? Is acknowledging to somebody that I just hurt, like, hey, I fucked up, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt you. And I can get into this loop of I'm still angry. Why is this still happening? Why? And discounting all the other progress that I have made. Don't get me wrong. I understand that there's still more work to be done, that I cannot give up because I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to say mean things. I don't want to be rude and sarcastic. Oh my God, the sarcasm on me is dripping all the time. But I have to at least acknowledge how far I have come, because 30-something years of just letting my anger fly, feeling that righteous indignation, I'm not the fucking problem. You are. You're the reason that I'm like this. What you did caused the reaction out of me, so it's your fault. So living like that for 30-something years, I'm effectively trying to reprogram myself or deprogram myself into being somebody who isn't as reactive. And I get it. There's still more work to be done, but you still have to acknowledge how far you've come along in the journey. Are you making better choices? Are you acknowledging what you're doing? Are you journaling, praying, meditating about these things? Are you asking for help? Can you humble yourself enough before God to say, I need help? And that's where the magic comes in. That's where the little shifts come in. And maybe I'll be struggling with this for the rest of my life, but I hope not. I hope that I don't continue to hurt people. I hope that I'm not that angry old lady down the street that nobody ever wants to see, who's like, cats are going to eat her face off because she's going to die alone. I don't want to be that person. I don't. And trust me, I've seen a lot of older people who have never addressed their anger. I have had people in my family who were like that, who it was really hard to be around them because you knew that they were just going to say some off the wall shit, right? And I don't want to be that person. I want to be the sweet old lady with candy in her purse. Oh, maybe sugar-free candy. I don't know. But what I do know is that I can't get into the self-pity of I'm stuck in this ways, because then I would just give up. I have to acknowledge that even though that space between what my brain says and my reaction might not exist today, the other parts do exist. The part where I can acknowledge it. The part where I can put my ego to the side and apologize and say, hey, I messed up. The part where, it doesn't even happen that frequently anymore. So I'm preventing even the frustration that is the catalyst for my anger. That's like not going away, but it's slowly diminishing. So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because I know change is hard. I know, like, any person who is in the self-help space, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, anybody who you read, anybody who tells you, oh, this is easy, this is the trick, and this is the thing that's going to get you to change overnight, call bullshit on them, because they're not perfect. And they have their own issues too. They know that change is something that is fucking insanely hard. But you can't give up on yourself. You can't just stop showing up for yourself. Remember the reasons why it is that you decided, hey, I need to change this. Whether it's health reasons, whether it's relationship reasons, whether it's financial reasons, whatever the reason was that got you there. Remember, no, you know what? Okay, I fucked up. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. I'm going to keep trying again. Letting yourself fall to the going back to those old behaviors is not where you ultimately want to be. You want to be in a place where you are actively seeing, hey, okay, this is what happened. This is what led up to it. Let me work on that. Because I see where I faltered with this last instance. I see how I was worked up and how I should have taken a second and how I could have waited and how I could have done some things differently. Like, I see that now. And I can plan for future instances. It's always about taking the data and trying to incorporate new things and see what happens, see what works. I've been doing this for many, many years. And yes, it is hard. I fail at my own shit too. And I want you guys to see that you might not be perfect, but nobody is. You might not be getting it right straight out the bat, but nobody does. Don't beat yourself up. Get yourself back to it. Okay, guys, with that, I'm going to let you go. Love you guys. Bye.